Welcome to All Caps. Damian Lillard continues to play extremely well. Whether or not that is translating to Blazer success is an open question, but Dame continues to be on fire. In the words of Jesse Pinkman, he can't keep doing this. Dame cannot keep doing this. We cannot allow him to year after year knock out teams that should go deeper in the playoffs and would make the viewing experience much more enjoyable because those teams are better than the Blazers. 2014 knocks out the Rockets with James Harden and Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was a star at that time, which is crazy to think about. 2016 knocked out the Clippers. Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, and Paul Pierce. Old Paul Pierce. 2019 destroyed the Thunder franchise, like literally ended it. Cut off the head, threw the head into the ocean, took the body, chopped it up into little fucking pieces, and then scattered those all around. And then 2019, he did it to the Nuggets. We can't let him do it again.
Would you liken it to like a one-hit wonder that like you're sick of hearing, or just like a food that's pretty good that you're just like sick of eating?
There's four examples here. So 4-hit wonder.
I need more Elijah examples.
No, please
that
leave
I'm not
that in.
tracking.
Please leave that in. Would you say that this is like a one-hit wonder? This thing that happened year after year after year? You're right that 4 different things happening over 6 years is a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. People will get the spirit of what I'm saying.
Camera 3, push in on him. Camera 3, push in on him. Keep grilling.
If you're an all-star, if you're continually amongst the great players in the league, certainly one of the great offensive players in the league, and mentioned at least as a dark horse MVP candidate year after year after year, you're not a fucking one-hit wonder. He has one thing, which is like the whole point of basketball, and he does it year after year. Jeremy Lin, I love him, one-hit wonder, right? If you do this for your entire career, you're not a one-hit wonder. It's like, are the Beatles a one-hit wonder because all their songs were created by them?
So Elijah, did you mean to say he's got one note?
There you go.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Sure, that's half a greatest hits record, but like...
Yes, staying time, baby.
Careful what you wish for, kid.
You again.
Let's take a walk.
Hell no. Okay.
You know, kids think Dame time is cool, but let me ask you this. What's cool about ruining the playoffs? Denver, OKC, Houston, all favored to win their series.
Can someone help me?
Those were better teams that would have been competitive deeper into the playoffs, but they didn't advance. Guess why?
Dame?
That's right. Listen, I'm just a guy who loves quality basketball. But then Dame eliminates the better teams, and we get bad basketball. Plus, the fans of those teams become depressed, and many turn to heroin.
I just want to play basketball.
So does Dame. But let me ask you this. You ever read The White Horse?
You have got to be kidding me. Get back here.
And now, joining us from the Late Late Show with James Corden and all fantasy everything, #1 Blazers fan, Ian Karmel, dropping some spice for the playoffs. Ian, what do you have?
The Blazers are going to beat the Nuggets because the Blazers beating the Nuggets is the thing that most guarantees stasis. The entire essence of being is stasis. Is just maintaining. It's just going to continue in this line. If they lose to the Nuggets, Terry Stotts could get fired. Damian Lillard could get fed up. And these are things that just never happened to this Blazers team.
Do you feel any kind of guilt at all about Dame and the Blazers time and time again knocking off the better team and the playoffs in general suffering for it?
Only looking back. In the moment, I enjoy it completely. I love it. Yeah. I love us beating the Nuggets in triple overtime, and then I love it. But looking back, you're like, oh, we beat the Clippers in the playoffs a couple times. We're like garbage men, but you know what I mean? We're like garbage men in a good neighborhood. Like the Portland Trailblazers are Beverly Hills garbage trucks.
We don't fucking care. Get it out of here. Ian, I wish you the best. I wish the Blazers the best, and thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Go Blazers. Let's blaze the Nugs. I'm rocking it. I'm rocking it.
Family album. The Knicks beat the Hawks in Game 2 in MSG. For various reasons, including the fact that Tom Thibodeau, he adapted. We didn't think it would ever happen. Tom Thibodeau is renowned for his ability to double and triple down and just do the things that he always has done, but like try and do them a lot harder than normal. And this time he changed. The first thing he did was he benched Elfrid Payton for the second half. You could tell it was time to bench Payton for Derrick Rose because basketball professional, New York Hoops legend, TNT commentator Kenny the Jet Smith forgot Elfrid's name.
Whoever's starting in front of Derrick Rose, I forgot. I'm sorry.
That was at the halftime show. Kenny the Jet was like, whoever that body is that starts ahead of Derrick Rose, I forgot who it was. Anyway, Thibs let the bench roll, including rookie Obi Toppin, who's coming up.
Knicks have numbers. Alley-oop to Toppin. Yeah.
Here is Obi Toppin's mom. Obi, of course, Knicks fan for all his life. Family from New York. Let's look at this. I love that she's like, that's my boy. Fuck Trae Young, he sucks dick. Nate McMillan's a bitch. My boy's doing it. Bogey Bogdanovich looks like a Chernobyl survivor. You love to see that kind of energy in the Garden. I need to call out this tweet because I've been to the Garden many times in it, and this is accurate. This is from @Bloach, high deflections guy. Fans were big. I can say as someone who was at Barclays last night, the energy of the people in Brooklyn, families, people on dates, versus the Garden, mentally ill people, Italians, mentally ill Italians, not even close. Hats off to them. Also very important, David Guthrie was our lead official, a.k.a. Falbe. Here he is showing off the angles once again. I gotta say, TNT's camera angle is not as good as ESPN's. ESPN's is higher up, and so he can really hit him with that, like, dipped chin. Looking down is not as great for him, so if just TNT, just put the camera a couple rows back and let's let my guy work. Let's let him really serve. Let's go to the crumbs. The crumbs, there are chippy moments that happen throughout the playoffs. Playoffs means increased intensity and means these little chips fall off, and these chips become crumbs, and then we eat them. Here is KD versus Fournier about whose balding fade is worse. This is like watching two melting ice cream cones with sprinkles argue. No, mine is worse. Mine is patchier. No, mine is patchier. You think you're the shit? You think you're the best patchy fade guy out here? Let me just say about Fournier's patchy fade, it's just this, like a headband almost. Anyway, here's Facundo Campazzo getting into it.
Jokic, thankfully no injury.
I'll just say this, just let them play. The refs shouldn't even have gotten involved in this one. Just let them push each other and then they all fall down. I love it. What would it take for CJ McCollum and Facundo Campazzo to actually come to blows?
Campazzo gives him 1 star, his podcast a 1-star rating.
You know that it's not even that big a deal because like only one nugget came over. And I was like, hey, don't do that. Luka versus his fanny Pat Bev. Here is Pat Bev trying to guard Luka. Oh, hi, you're too small. You're so cute and small. Look at this. So we've seen 2 games of this now. I almost feel like Ty Lue hates Pat Bev because this is something you do to embarrass somebody. You know, it's like when you catch your kids smoking and you put them in the closet and you're like, smoke that entire vape pen. Like, Pat Bev can't do it. We have so much evidence that Pat Bev can't fucking guard Luka. And Luka is just abusing him and screaming at him after every basket, telling him how small he is in a way that frankly feels racist. And it's not, but it's so crazy. Ty, what did Pat do? Shouts, by the way, to Russell Westbrook, who called this a long time ago, the famous quote, Pat Bev trick y'all. He says you act like he's playing defense, but all he's doing is running around doing nothing. This time, to be fair, he is really trying. But Luka is just so far into his bag that this is Pat Beverly. Like, this is Pat. Hi, Pat. Come on, we're gonna go to the basket now. And one more thing. The Clippers tanked because they didn't want to fucking play the Lakers. They wanted the Mavs in the first round, and guess what happened? It turns out Luka's fucking good. This is embarrassing. Ty Lue should be fired mid-series. This can't happen.
Is Luka a bully? I feel like he's not likable. He's kind of...
Are you kidding?
This is bullying. This
Yeah.
what
No,
he's
this
doing.
is bullying. This is when you have fundamentally zero respect for your opposition. Remember LeBron versus Toronto and LeBron versus the Hawks, where he was just like, I don't care if you guys won 60 games during the season, like I'm going to demolish you, and I don't even feel your defense. Luka is so comfortable, and Pat Bev can't do anything.
Maybe Ty Lue's radar's off. He's the guy that got stepped over by Allen Iverson.
Right, he's like, right, it's like the people who don't want student loan forgiveness. It's like, well, I paid my student loans. I had to do it. It's like, I got stepped over, so you have to fucking get... I got humiliated on a national stage. You have to do it too. Here is Anthony Davis kicking Jay Crowder's nuts on, I think, legitimately the first play of the game. Ping!
How long are you down for the count when that happens? Like just
Well,
a few
they were cups, so thank God, because Jay Crowder would legitimately be dead right now. This is how it works. There's the hit, and that causes like when the doctor takes the mallet and hits your knee, there's like an almost non-painful like muscle contraction. And then there's a weird delay of about a second because your brain has to go, oh, okay, I gotta go into storage and get the extra pain because we actually don't have all of it. And it's like a very sickening feeling that's very hard to describe. And the other thing about it, everybody was like kind of smirking, like even the Suns players. Like it was like, you okay? Hey man, you all right? I will say that I did on the second replay, I went to see if he did it on purpose, and it's pretty clear that Anthony Davis he was like locked in on the rim the whole time. He was not aware of Jay Crowder's testicles. I love it. Let's move on to Goran Dragic versus Chris Middleton. This is great.
That's a pull down, it looks like, there by Dragic.
First of all, dangerous play. This could cause a high ankle sprain. Let me just say that. I get it. It gets chippy. Sometimes you want to pull a guy down, blah, 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 blah. The Bucks were fucking beating the fucking Heat's brains in. It was crazy. Shout to my guy, Bryn Forbes, who came out of outer space to hit 1 billion threes. And the Heat were a little bit mad. And here's Goran Dragic doing a leg lock on Chris Middleton's lower extremity. Dangerous play from Goran Dragic. Don't do that. And here is Trevor Ariza doing the Greek workout. Find yourself an MVP. You lay them flat on the ground, and you want to do you want to go all the way down, and you do 3 sets of 20 off of the MVP.
By Ariza. Here comes Giannis. Hold on here. They're going to go swinging down, and Ariza.
Well, the foul is a hard foul, okay, but then
Now watch when he gets up, Reggie. He kind of pushes off on the chest.
Oh, and his dick! That's crazy! Don't do that.
What are we calling this workout?
I'm calling that the 2-time push-up.
Peloton to Kumpo.
Giannis Peloton Kupo. Barry's Ball Camp. Bally's Fitness. Okay.
Tie balls instead of tie bow. That's pretty good.
Okay, yeah. So that's anyway. All of which is to say is we love the playoffs. Ba, 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 bum, 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 ba, ba, ba. Try Theragun for 30 days, starting at only $199. Go to Theragun.com/allcapsNBA right now to get your Generation 4 Theragun today. That's Theragun.com/allcapsNBA. Theragun.com/allcapsNBA. I went to the gym for the first time the other day, and my body feels like 99 miles of gravel road, and I used the Theragun, and this is no Skip Bayless type bullshit, and it felt great. I've been using it on my quads. I love it. That's great. So let's go to the scroll. So the Nuggets lost game 1 in semi-shocking fashion. Dame time was in full effect. And here is Michael Malone correcting the great Cassidy Hubbarth.
The Nuggets, Mike Malone, and Coach...
Michael Malone.
Michael Malone. My apologies, Coach. I'll get that right here in the playoffs.
Now... I guess it has emerged that people who like cover the team in Denver know that Mike, not like Mikey or like Mikey boy, it's just Mike. Our former vice president they called him Mike. Nobody called him Michael Pence. I didn't realize he was so sensitive about it. I mean, this is clownish shit. Now, Mike Malone would later apologize. He later apologized, as reported by Cassidy and various other talking head people, that Mike called Cassidy and apologized. Well, I'll just say this. Keep that energy. If you do this on national TV, you can't then apologize in a private phone call. You gotta get on camera and be like, you know what? It was after a loss. I was upset, and if I don't hear that cull at the end of Mike, I legitimately flip, like it's annoying, and I kind of flip out. And I'm sorry. I fucking love Mike Malone. This is clown shit.
It's like when Isaac has called me Jason before, and I'm like, I am your father. You call
Michael!
me father. It's very I drive a Dodge Stratus energy.
Yeah. Mike! Oh, fucking hard is that? What does it say right down there on the fucking Chiron? Michael, right? Mike Malone, chill the fuck out, my guy. Stop it. I love him, but this was clown shit. You can't do this. I don't know where this pick is from, but I just wanted to bring up what I think is the craziest Adam Silver pick of all time. Let's just like quickly unpack everything that's crazy about this. First of all, why is he making this face? Second of all, the transition lenses. He's got the transition lenses. He's pushing the tongue out, and he looks like he's waiting for somebody to sit on a whoopee cushion. Like, I don't know how to describe the glee, the like malevolent glee that is on his face. And then, of course, he is like powder. This is one of the palest men of all time. Then he's like, meme artists, Photoshop aficionados will have a fucking grand old time with this physical action, right? Where he just seems to be like grabbing these and fucking getting ready to be doing this. And then the beaded bracelet also, which was like, I didn't take Adam Silver for a beaded bracelet guy. And then just the delight he is taking in announcing 2023, the All-Star Game in Salt Lake City, Utah. Do you think like somebody flashed him from the audience? Like, what is going on here? I love it. I love that pick. I think it's great.
No, I mean, it's more like Jeff Foxworthy. Jeff Foxworthy is still doing the, like, you might be a redneck. Like, you know, like Bill Hemmel's or like
Jeff Foxworthy has like 6,500 jokes. They all are about that, but he has like a lot of jokes.